Hello. How is everybody tonight? I need to make sure my volume is down on my iPad. Yep. Great. And it is Saturday night. Boy, this week went fast. Let me tell you. I gotta get these lights adjusted right. I don't know. You're always going to get a glare on my glasses, I guess. I'm hoping I'm going to have enough glue tonight. I'm going to grab an extra bottle while we're waiting for people to pop on. Hi, Nancy. Come on. Oh. Hi, Carol. Welcome. I hope you guys have had a nice Saturday. It's mighty cold out. I made the mistake of going out to give the birds some water this morning, and I didn't put a jacket on, just with this shirt on. Whew. It was pretty cold compared to what it had been yesterday and the day before. But I guess a couple of days that are normal temperatures is okay. I think we're supposed to get a little bit warmer again and some precipitation, which we dearly need in our area. So thank you, Carol, for sharing. I really appreciate that. So we went out, didn't do too much. I took a bunch of stuff down to the florist shop to drop off some new birthday cards, get well cards, anniversary, and sympathy cards, and brought some of them back that had been down there for a while, and I picked up some of my little boxes that had chocolate in them that were more Valentine's related. I'm going to have to make some for Easter now and get those over there. So they were glad to get the new stuff because they have people that always tell the gal that runs the shop, let us know when she brings in more cards. So I'm always anxious to bring in new things so that keep the supply fresh. So I can go over the list of things while people are popping on that are not orderable and what's on low inventory. It seems like the list for non-orderable has gotten really large all of a sudden. And then there's a few that are on there that don't have a date yet. So the first one are the party dots, and I'm going to be using them tonight. That's these right here. They're kind of they're not shiny. They're more of a, I wouldn't say dull, but they just don't have a shine to them. We're going to use those tonight on the cards that we're going to be making. Those are to be determined, so that must mean that they just went off the low inventory list and are now going to be on the not orderable for a while. They probably are waiting to get a date back from the distributor, whoever it is that they get them from. So the gold twist thread, which I have been talking about for quite some time, and have a few more weeks to talk about it some more, I guess, because that's available on 3/24. Hi, Rhonda. Welcome. Ooh, how warm is it in Arizona tonight? Tell us. We are anxious to hear because it's kind of cold here today. The bee trinkets will be back April 7th. The adhesive back hearts, which went with that swirly paper for, thanks for sharing, Rhonda, for Valentine's Day. That'll be back on March 24th. Storybook Romance 12 by 12 paper back the week of March 10th, along with Floral Delight 12 by 12 paper. That's for the same week on March 10th. To the Point Punch, which seems like it's been on not orderable for quite some time, and it still is not going to be back until April 10th. Oh my gosh, 80 today. Oh, soak it up for all of us northerners here, please. The Beautiful Butterflies Hybrid Embossing folder with the dies is not available until March 31st. The Everyday Arches dies, March 3rd. Mixed Florals dies, March 3rd. Storybook Friends dies March 3rd. They must be getting a big shipment in for the week of March 3rd. Terrific Toadstools Punch is out until April 14th. The heart-shaped dies to be determined. Those are the ones that were on Celebration. And Wildflower Birthday Suite is to be determined. What is showing up that I see is that the Birthday Celebration dies is on low inventory, so there must be something else I maybe missed that is not orderable. I can't recall. But the low inventory Sunny Day dots, those are those real bright ones that went with the set that has the lobsters on it. Seaside Wishes stamp set, which has the sand dollars on it. Delightful Wishes dies. Darling Dinos dies. And Floral Sprig stencil. Those are what is on the low inventory. Now I need to catch up with what everybody's been saying here. Hi, Shar. Glad to see you. Thank you for sharing. Hi, Pam. Thank you for joining. So I don't really have much of anything else. I did write out my link to my store on the glass mat that I have here. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. In case you want to order anything, you can. Every time I sit down here, I think, oh, I forgot to print it out on paper and put it out there for you. But oh well, this works good enough for right now. And maybe I'll get better at it, and it'll remind me to print something out on paper and put it on the table here. So we have two cards that we're going to do a drawing on here first before we get into the cards, and I will flip you down right now. Well, let's see. You're not going to see that, I don't think. Let's see. Trying to make sure that you are in a good spot for me. I have to move my light around. Okay, so you're not able to see the my link. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh, I need to pull my mat off so that I can do a little cleaning underneath it, I think. Okay, these are our two cards that we made on Tuesday. Both of them are a fun fold, so just a note, get well soon. These were the paper pumpkin alternatives. And then You're on My mind. And sometimes you need to know that someone really cares. And I fixed it as soon as I got off doing the live the other night. Because there was, what was it, a T? Yeah, that. The T, last T in that was sticking out over here. So I got that taken care of. So it's all nice. So let's see. Who is going to win tonight? I guess I can pull you back a little bit, I think. Let's see what that does. I have to, there. Yeah, you could see my stomach off the table. That wasn't so good. Okay. And it's Nancy James. You won. And is Nancy on yet? She is not. And I'm just going to look. I always keep track of who's won and who hasn't. Looks like she won last time too. So I'm going to circle her name and we'll let her choose if she pops on later. Or I will send her a message. Okay, so we are going to be making 3 cards tonight. I thought I would, I don't know, I guess I was adventuresome. We're going to use the It's Okay set, which is a new set that's coming out at the beginning of next week. I want to say Tuesday or Wednesday. And then the Textured Notes dies. And these are the ones that I used for the cards that we're going to be making tonight. These two for sure, and I think this one and this one is going to be our sentiment tag. So I had thought, I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I wasn't when I just sat down and started to design this. But my first go around, I designed them all using this Bloom Impressions paper for all 3 designs. So that, oh, this is such pretty paper. And it really makes the cards look different. And then I realized, well, that's not going to work because it's no longer available. And I don't want to show you something that you can no longer get. This was one of the celebration items. And I'm hoping that all of you got it because I can show you the print that I was going to use. Today I sat here and I recut the paper for the print on each one, and we are going to use the Full of Life paper for 2 of them, and then one of them, the Unbound Beauty, this set here. Because I didn't want to have to change everything on my card, so I was working with the colors that I had started using. So let's get that put away, and we can get this. And we are using everything on here with the exception of this stamp. So for each card is using 2 of the sentiments. And we're using both of these, either one or the other, on the cards. So, all right, and I got to get my little card up here for... So the first one we are using is Coastal Cabana is our base color, and it's 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. Get all my little parts and pieces out here. So the sentiments that we are going to use for this one is, it's enough if all you did today was survive, and the inside is going to say, it's okay to try again tomorrow. I think that's really a nice sentiment for somebody that is really struggling. All right, so I'm going to take my bone folder and make sure this has got a good crease on it. And I have already cut the DSP, and that's on using this second to the largest size. And then I'm going to mat this using the largest die. Come here. This one. And since we're going to have a sentiment tag, is also going to be white, so I'm just going to take the center out of this one when I run it through. All right, Jean, let's flip it over so it's going the right direction here. And I am going to move this aside, and I will actually bring this over. All right. And I don't think it's too close to you. All right. This is one of those sets that you almost want to take and die cut a bunch of images, rectangular images, so you have them on hand, so it makes it go really fast, quick and easy. Well, I think if I use this one again, I better run some dryer sheet over it or something so that it releases a little bit better. But it's fine. Ooh, this one too. There. Note to self to do it. All right. I think that might be all we have to do for that. Otherwise, I'll bring it back. All right, so we're going to start with our card. We're going to put our mat on here. See this a little there. So put a spot of glue. Oop, a little piece of green there. I was making cards like crazy today. I have 23 of them to take to church tomorrow to give to the lady that sends out all our care team's cards to people that need a little card or a little uplift or congratulatory or whatever. Whoever we've been praying for in church. Okay. So the one that's just a step smaller is going to go over here. And this is what is on the opposite side. And again, that's that full of life paper. And we're going to put that on here. But I was thinking that it might be kind of cool to take this Summer Splash, and we are going to, oh, I got it kind of wrinkly here. I'm going to cut that off. Can't have wrinkled ribbon on our card. I think I must have tried to tie a bow. I'm going to try to put this in the center here. I do like this green with it. The paper that I was going to use was this one. And I do have a sample of the card made, and I can show it to you when I get done. So I'm actually going to take my Seal Plus and put some Seal Plus here on each end in the center. All right. That look about even, Steven. Okay. My card is covering up my thing. Hi, Lori. How are you? Oh, I really need to exchange those scissors and get the other ones out. I've only used them a couple of times, and I keep them in the little package so that I don't get them mixed up. Okay, now this is ready to go on here. This is a fairly simple card once you have the pieces cut out. So I don't end up with a bunch of stuff on my desk. I'm going to try to stay ahead of the mess. It's amazing how quickly it accumulates. All right, so this is going to get glued down. Get it in the center here. I think these colors are really pretty. Come here. And then, get my pieces over here. This is going to go on here. This is going to go down here, and we are going to put the leaf, I was looking for it, we are going to stamp it in Summer Splash, and we're going to color it in with Pool Party. And then we're going to fussy cut it. Looks good. while that's just drying a little bit, this has got just a little bit of a, there. We're going to stamp the "It's enough if all you did today was survive." And I think I need to try this because I can't tell if I stamped it in Pool Party or if I stamped it in the other. Always have an extra pad of paper so I can test things. I think we're going to do it in Pool Party. It looks like it's going to be dark enough. And I think the other would be just a little too dark. So it gives it a little bit of a contrast. That's good. Clean as I go as well. All right. And then our inside piece, come here, is 4 by 5, 5 1/4. And now this one I have to look at. Maybe I did do it in the other. We are going to take that, oh, that didn't come very clean. Maybe I didn't even clean it. I bet I didn't. Oh, that's much better. I didn't. Okay. I'm going to take the Summer Splash and I'm going to put it on the... No, I'm going to take the Pool Party. Golly. Glad I stopped and thought. And I'm going to stamp off one time. And I'm going to put it on the card like here. So it has a real light image. Because we're going to stamp the inside image right over the top of it. And that is, it's okay to try again tomorrow, which is just going to go right here. And I'm going to do that in the Summer Splash. Like so. All right, I think we have all of our stamping done for this card. I'll just push these out of the way so I don't get confused on the next card. All right, so this I'm going to color in with the light Pool Party. I'll go over it with the dark Pool Party just to give it a little bit of shading, not much. It's not gonna, you're not gonna notice it too much. I'm gonna color in this little leaf here in the back, and then just kind of go along the bottom. And that little piece, and then along here. And the way this is gonna sort of sink in as it's lighten as it dries, I'm just not even gonna bother with going over it with the lighter one again. Oy, oy, oy. This is so dull. I keep saying to myself, maybe you should just buy another one so you have 2 new ones. Then I'd have to make sure that I mark one, right? So that I don't get them mixed up. And use the ribbon one for paper. That would not be good. I'd like to try to get the parts that go in first when I'm fussy cutting, so that I do it when I have more paper, so it's not down to where it's the last thing that I'm doing. That makes sense to you? So that's why I went in and did this first and then did that one. And then I'll do this other one here while this is still got the base on there. I always try to think about it just a little bit before I start cutting into it. I've learned from experience. It's so frustrating when you're down to only having just a little tiny bit left and you have a really fragile piece you need to cut out. It doesn't go so good. Round that off a little bit. There. And that's going to go up across the top. All right. This I am just going to glue down straight. Is that lined up right? Does that need to come over just a smidge? Yeah, it's not. Alrighty. Bring this down where I can see it. My sample did not have the ribbon on, but when I was sitting here this afternoon looking at it, thinking that it needed a little something extra put on here because I didn't have the flower print, that maybe I better rethink my options here. All right, so that's why I decided to add the ribbon. I'm just going to put the dimensionals on these 3. So I got 2 regular and 1 mini. And then I'm going to put just a little bit of glue down here. And grab my Take Your Pick tool and take these off. Oop. There we go. Whoop. Gonna stick to me. And this is not straight. That's not gonna. Well, so I want that sitting down, and then we are going to put this on here with a couple of dimensionals. One on each end. Put this on. Oh. All right, and then where do I go with my dots? There they are. They're hiding. Don't have much on my desk and still can't see them. Okay, we're going to use these. Stinker. Excuse me. There. our first card is done. I hope you like it. It's kind of pretty with that wash looking paper. I don't know what you call that. Looks like somebody went over it with a couple of paintbrushes and just kind of washed it a little bit. Oh, we gotta put the inside in. Oh, yeah. That wouldn't have been good. I decided to go back into some of my paper pumpkins that I hadn't finished and started working on trying to get a few of those done. Seems like I'd get halfway and I'd stop. And I thought that was a good place to do something for our care team. I can just use those. All right, this looks like a lot, I know, but it's not too bad. Get some of this out of the way. Okay. We are going to be using 2 of the Stampin' Up markers. And I don't know which ink we're going to use, either pumpkin pie or peach pie. You're going to be making me a decision. I don't know if we're going to use the Daffodil Delight ribbon, or maybe even, this is some old discontinued ribbon. It had been on the Last Chance. I don't know if it's still there or not. As our ribbon. Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, that must have been so loud. All right. We're going to use the butterfly on this one. And here is the paper we are going to use. What I had planned on using was this. So I wouldn't have to change my cardstock. I just decided to go with this one. Oh, I'm glad you like the colors. Must be on the last one, huh, Rhonda? Though I didn't get a chance to show you. Here's my original with the little floral motif. Man, words are hard tonight, I guess. All right, so I've already cut out everything, I think. Yes, I was going to use, instead of white for the matte, I was going to use the peach pie. All right, let's get this on here. So it's the same design as the other one, just different colors, using paper is from the same set of paper, Full of Life. Now let's see if I can get this straighter than I did the other one. This one you hate to put the ink or the glue all the way out to the edge because it's going to seep through, but yet it helps to kind of push it out. All right, then it's going to be this one next, and that's what was on the back side. All different colors of this. And then you're going to have to help me decide what we are going to use for the background. It's going to be either this one, let's say A, or B. And again, we are going to put the sentiment on white. So let me know what you think, A or B. And I am going to stamp. Oh, and that was And that would be the choice of what we were going to stamp with, either the peach pie or pumpkin pie. So A or B? You want the dark one, Rhonda. Okay. We are going to be using the Stampin' Right markers for our butterfly stamp to ink it up. Because when I stamped it in one color, it just didn't look right. Okay, I got 2 B's. I think that's the way it's going to be. All right. Very good. So I'm going to use the pumpkin pie for the wings and early espresso for the center and the antenna. So I'm just going to use the side of the brush to put the ink on here. Get this nice and wet. So often I've had to resort to doing this when I don't have the stamp color. Because actually there are a few of them that I still don't have. And I sat here today doing an inventory, inventory of all the paper that I have and my inks and trying to figure out what I need to order. And of course I came across the ones that I don't have yet, and I thought, gee, should I order them? I thought, you know, maybe I won't. Let's see how long I can get along. One of them is that blueberry pie. I like the color. This one is not as nice. Okay. Then I'm just going to huff on it before I go on this scrap of paper. To make sure that that is nice and juicy on the wings. And then we're going to color it in with peach pie and lemon lolly. And you just clean your stamp just the way you do your other stamps when you're using the ink. Ta-da! And then if I don't like how this is colored in, I just go over it and make it darker. Seems like the darker colors have a more difficult time coming out the way you want them to. Okay, done with that. All right, let me think. I had one here that I did. Okay, did the orange in the center. I'm using light. And I'm just going to go over this on both sides, the inner part of the wing. And we will fussy cut this, or I will fussy cut this out. We, like you're helping me. Well, you are. Alright. And I'm going to take the dark and just bring a little of that out here next to the body. There. All right, now we are going to use the lemon lolly. Light first and then the dark. I tried it with the Daffodil Delight, and I wasn't too crazy about it. Oh, you know what? I guess we're not going to use the ribbon on there. Doggone it. I got ahead of myself, didn't I? And our butterfly will probably need to have some Wink of Stella put on it, I would imagine. Would make it look nice. And this time, I'm going to go around the outside edge with the darker color. It's hardly any difference here. Just a little bit. And I don't think I'm going to blend that in this time. I can always do it later. Alright, now to cut this out, I'm going to do the antennas first. Just a little bit easier. Alright. This one goes actually faster than the leaf does. So I had to make sure that all the paper that I was using tonight was still available and hadn't snuck on the last chance list, but I knew that the 12 by 12 paper was in the, well, I think they're both in the catalog. So I didn't think that there'd be a chance that really that would be the case, that I wouldn't be able to. There. And there is our butterfly. All right. So this is going to go on here directly. And I did glue that on. Jeez. Come on. There we go. Let's see. This one, I'm going to stick my nail right here on the edge of his body and move his wing up on both sides. Like so. And I think, let's put the sentiment on here. Let's see, we've got inhale, exhale, and that's going to go on the outside, and you chose the pumpkin pie for the, let's see if I can, I've got my old pumpkin pie here. I need to order a new one. That was one thing that I thought I should do. I've only got 3 old ink pads left, and they just seem to have a hard time getting enough ink on them to make an impression. Even after re-inking. I should have probably huffed on it. Maybe that would have helped. Oh, that's okay. That's fine. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I'll tell you, when you're doing a live and you go to stamping, you kind of hold your breath. Set that aside for a second. I'm going to put a glue dot in the center where the body is. Okay, and then I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals on the wings. So the body will stay in and the edge of the wings will pop out. That's just what I do with butterflies. Gives them a little more life. And using a glue dot rather than the green glue helps it stay down too. Alright, we're going to bring this down here, like so. And nuts. This is a bright cherry card for somebody. All right, the inside is, it's okay to sit and simply feel how you feel. What did I do on this one for the thought on the inside? I think I was just going to put another one of the butterflies on here, up in the corner. So let me grab those back again. See if I can get this done quickly. This one I didn't make a sample for. I was living dangerous. Remember the first time that I was doing a live and I didn't make a sample, and it was an epic fail. Oh. It took time before I decided to try that again. I feel it's a little safer when you're making cards that are pretty much the same, and that you have maybe one of them that you've got made completely like I did this time. And the other trick is not to design your card too far in advance and have everything all set up to go, because I forget what my idea was. It's like, oh man. Little guy's body's not exactly straight. There. Okay. There, that looks good. I just felt that it needed something in there other than the sentiment. All right, well, let's see how good we are with getting this stamped. Just doesn't look like there's hardly any ink on there. But let's give it a go. Yeah, let's bring it up a little. Those linen covered stamp pads are just so different as far as what you're going to see on the stamp when you flip it over. It certainly isn't as juicy as what it is on the foam ones. Okay, let's do a quick color job here, and then we can, why did I grab the dark? I did, doggone it. All right. When they're light, it's so easy to grab the wrong color. I think this is just such a marvelous set. You know, it's so simple, but the sentiments are just beautiful. I didn't do it again, did I? No, I didn't. Thought I looked before I opened it up. This butterfly would be pretty just in yellow too, with the orange veins on the wings. Wouldn't necessarily have to add the orange pie as we did. All right, let's put it together. Two more that I can put away. And we'll be on to the last card. And there we go. Oh, Wink Estella. Where did I put it? Wink, wink. Where did you go? Oh, I see you. You're behind my iPad. Okay. It's always neat to see how the colors just sort of come alive when you put this on. There we go. I don't know if you can see that. Bring it up closer maybe. I think this one's really pretty. The green that's in here would have been pretty on here as well. All right, 2 down, 1 to go. This next one I decided to use Shy Shamrock. So I had hoped to make one that was a little more masculine. I don't know if it is, but and then the dots for the embellishments, we're going to use the In Color Shimmer Gems. This one I had a little more difficult time trying to find cardstock or DSP to go with this. I was going to use the back side of this piece of the original, because it did say that it was Shy Shamrock, and I'm like, ooh, that's Shy Shamrock? That's not too close, I don't think. And then I thought, okay. Then I took the other cardstock that we're using. Oh, geez, I just had a senior moment. Full of Life. Yeah, I don't know. And this was the other side of that. I thought, well, that's almost like this one is, except it's got more blue in it. So that's why I went to the third one, and this is what I got. And I'm like, okay, that's much better. Oh, I just didn't know what I was going to do for that one. And I didn't want to have to cut more cardstock. So this is the Unbound Beauty. That's what's on the other side. It's like, whew. I hadn't even used this paper out of my set yet. So anyway, there we go again with this. And then it'll be this, and then this, and this. And we're going to do a leaf again for this one. And that's going to go on the inside. Let's see, we got the leaf here. I'm going to stamp that now. I have the smaller sentiment rectangle, because we're going to put What Can I Do to Help on the front, and I thought it would just drown on that bigger one. So this fits on here very nicely. And then the inside is Take Your Time, I'm Here When You're Ready. So let's put that on here. Do our stamping first this time. And I actually didn't take any. I wonder if we could color this with the light Shy Shamrock. We're going to try that. I don't think Pool Party's going to look right because it's too blue. There's the Shy Shamrock. Okay, then the inside, we want to do that stamp off deal again. Stamp off. I'll make sure. Yep, that's good. Just want to be light. Like so. Okay, we're done with this one. And then take your time. I'm here when you're ready. It's going on here. Hopefully this will look okay. Doesn't seem like it's straight. There we go. Okay. That background leaf could have been just a smidge lighter, I think. Alright. That aside. And then the what can I do to help? Here, let's see, how do I have this lined up? The bottom of the words, okay. Great. All right, stamping is done. Sure, I'm glad you like them. These are kind of fun to make. Something a little bit easier. Now, the light one. Let's make sure we get the light one. Not too bad. I have not used Shy Shamrock much. It's a pretty color. I have a hard time figuring out what to put with it. I don't know if you have this color and have used it and have found that same thing or not. But on its own, it is quite pretty. Just going to go over it again for the, put a little bit of shadowing in. Not too much here. There. Slide these two back. All right. Now, this is not going to be working. I'm not going to put yellow on here, that's for sure. Okay. Let's put this on first. Give it a little juice around the opening so that it doesn't lay funny. The fact that I got this crooked kind of goofs me up. Okay. Now, I have this iridescent ribbon, and I wondered about using that. I know for a man's car, not if that's even going to show up much. What you guys think? I will cut this out. Let me know if you think I should use the ribbon or just not bother. Ribbon or no ribbon? I'm not seeing anybody making a vote. Use the ribbon? Can do. Thank you, Nancy. And don't let me get off without showing you my cards that I made. Nancy, you were the winner. I don't know if anybody said that to you or not. I kind of got lost here making cards. Didn't keep up with all the comments. You'll have to choose one of them that we made on the other night. I'll show you them as soon as I get done with this card. In fact, I'm going to pull them over so I don't forget. Okay, that's going to look there. That's going to look good. I think that's going to just add a little bit of sparkle. All right. This is pretty bright. Whoa. Gene. Wrong way. Let's see about the center. Let's go over just a smidge. All right. Wow. That's the best that scissors has performed in a long time. Now I need to find my little pin. There it is. Keep those guys in place. All right. I always have such a hard time figuring out what's centered and what's not. I think I got a little tight. Oh, that was funny. We got a bowed card. All right. I do like the color of this DSP a lot. This is just not quite right down here. There, that's better. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna look nice. Yeah, maybe I'll put some across the middle too. All right. Okay. Again, we will put a couple of dimensionals on here. I'm using the dimensionals from the last paper pumpkin. I'm telling you, these feel a little bit, just a smidge thicker than our usual dimensionals. I'm going to put one right next to it, the mini, and see. It is. Oh, it must be like a 32nd of an inch thicker, maybe. That's wild. Okay, and a little dabble-dooya here on the end with the blue. When you're used to using dimensionals, you can tell when you pick them up if they're a little bit thicker than what you're used to. That was good, Jean. You're going to have to cover that up with your... That'll be fine. Dimensionals, where to throw them? Honestly. Okay. All right, let's get these out. I'm just going to put some... let's see if I can use the other end. Sometimes I can use the other end and it works, and sometimes not so much. There's any green on that one? No, there isn't. Okay, the greens are these 3 rows here. Well, let's see where we're going to put these. They're not going to show up too much. We could put one on here. And put one on the top as well. Ugh. There. Get these out of the way. And we'll do this inside and we're done. Don't want to go together. All right, inside. I didn't run out of glue like I thought I would tonight. Whoops. It's best to put it on the right way. There. Okay, let's bring them all out after I get a little few things picked up here. Oh, what a mess. I do hate when that... There. Put those little paper schnibbles on there. There we go. That's the first one. And that was the one that was done in Summer Splash. And This one done in both pumpkin pie and peach pie. And the last one done in Shy Shamrock. Do you have a favorite? That was using all the stamps in the set, with the exception of the little dots. Bring that back again. I think it's an exceptional set. Right here. Oh, you're welcome. All right. I've got some of the sets that I can show you, but first I was going to see if Nancy, do you want to pick a card that you'd like to have me send you? Oh, you were on it in the beginning? I didn't see if you made a decision. I'm sorry. So the one with the chives or the one with the, I want to say that's maybe mint. Which one would you like? Chives. Perfect. I will get that popped in the mail on Monday. All right. So I was playing with, what is it, Peekaboo Friends? Peekaboo Forest, pardon me. This one. This stinking cute set. Some of you may have seen these. So the first one I had made was, of course, this one. For my example, and it was a get well card. And then last week I got to adding a few more people figures on, and I made this one here, and I included the puppy dog on the side for a happy birthday card from all of us, which I thought, oh yeah, I forgot that there's cards that are out there from all of us. If you have a group that's giving a gift or well wishes, like in an office or something, this would be a great type of a card to do. And then the last one I made was this one, which I wanted to use all of the animals in the set. So I made this one, and the little bear is on the inside. So they all got a chance to shine in this card. I love this. So that's what I have for you tonight. And I will be with you on Tuesday again at 6 o'clock. And again, if you're watching this in the replay, please make a comment. We'll do the drawing for these 3 cards on Tuesday night. And even if you're watching the replay and you make a comment, I will get your name written down, because I always check the replay just before I come on to do my next live. And so, I like the Peekaboo cards. They're so stinking cute. You bet. Thank you for popping on and watching tonight. I really enjoyed sharing these cards with you, and look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. Have a great Sunday, everybody. Stay warm, and I'll see you Tuesday night. Thank you.